And we're doing it by reading the Interlinear Bible, which is the Greek to English New Testament. Eventually we'll get through that and go to the Hebrew to English Old Testament or Hebrew Scriptures. We're about a little over halfway through. We're in Romans chapter 9. And we read each word in the Greek and then transliterate it into the English so people can follow along. It's just a word-for-word, most accurate translation. However, not always the easiest to understand. So we also look at other translations, such as the King James Bible, the NIV, International Version, the Living Bible translations. This is what's known as a parallel Bible, or excuse me, a parallel Bible, 4 different Bibles in one. So it gets us an opportunity to look at various translations as well. Hey, Desi, good to see you. Sorry for those that are joining us late. I had technical difficulties. My wife had to help me fix the camera on my phone, but it's working now, so we'll get started in Romans chapter 9, beginning in verse 29. Kai kathos por orikin. So, as it has been foretold by Isaiah, Yesias, an the Kyrios Sabbath. Anybody foretold is that basically, I'll read here, and as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of hosts left a seed to us, we would have become as Sodom, and we would have become as Gomorrah. I ended on that last night, and I said that there were things that came after that terrible time, and the seed, if you will, and he's saying he would have had destroyed the whole earth, or had to destroy all of Israel, just like he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. But there was a remnant, a faithful group of Israelites who continue to follow the law and continue to be faithful to God. So he didn't have to wipe them out, just like he saved a remnant from Sodom and Gomorrah. So we'll pick it up in verse 30. Israel's unbelief is this next section. Ti irumon hote ethne ta mi diokanta. So what he's saying here is, what then shall we say? The ethnian, or the ethni, or the ethnos, always means Gentiles or ethnic people other than Jews, right? So what then shall we say? The Gentiles are not pursuing righteousness, but they've attained righteousness. Well, he's going on to say it this way. Again, they've attained right. What then shall we say? That the nations not following after righteousness have taken on righteousness, but a righteousness of what? Faith. But Israel, following after the law of righteousness, did not arrive as a law of righteousness. What does this mean? He's going back and forth. Well, basically he's saying that righteousness for the Jews was to follow the law. Righteousness for the Gentiles was based on faith. And he's saying that they didn't have the law, but they based on a faith relationship with Jesus Christ. Verse 31. Israel de dioken noman Dakasinus, which is, again, Israel, however, was pursuing a law of righteousness, and to that noman, which is the word law, did not attain epthason. They didn't attain it. They could not live out all those 631 laws. All right, they were, and some argue it's a few less, a few more, 615. Some say 631. It's all this stuff. Anyway, but they couldn't live out the over 600 laws. So the fact that they can't count them and explain all of them also explains why you can't follow them, right? And so, because they couldn't live them out, it goes on to say, dia te hote uk ek pistu al hos ex ergon. Because it was not by faith, but they were trying to do it by works, and they stumbled by doing that. And so again, we'll go into, it says, what then shall we say? The nations were following after righteousness. Let's go to the translations at this time, not the word for word. And let's see what the NIV says. What then shall we say? That the Gentiles who did not pursue righteousness have obtained it, a righteousness that is by faith? But Israel, who pursued a law of righteousness, has not attained it. Why not? Because they pursued it not by faith, but by works. They stumbled over the stumbling stone. As it is written, see, I lay in Zion a stone that causes men to stumble, and a rock that makes them fall. The one who trusts in him will never be put to shame. King James says, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Living Bible says, And when he said, I have a rock in the path of the Jews that many will stumble over, him, Jesus. And those who believe in him will never be disappointed. The Revised Standard says, Behold, I lay in Zion a stone that will make men stumble, a rock that will make them fall, and he who believes in him will not be put to shame. So we're going to have a short reading tonight because we started late, but you get the idea there. Hey, Deb, hello. Eric, hello. Desi, hello. Thanks you for all joining tonight. So we got through just a short section of Romans chapter 9. And we went through 30 through 33. We'll pick up in chapter 10 tomorrow night. And so thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night as we pick up Romans chapter 10. Let's close with the prayer Jesus taught us to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Good night, and we will see you again tomorrow.